Oh my god. Is that you, mate? I haven't seen you for a while. Hey, it's nice to see ya. How have you been lately? Let's have a seat here. Alright. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, brother. How are you now? The days have been approaching. How long, though? You know, we've been in the prime now for a little bit of time. Cheers to finally meeting. It's only been 6 years. A story was told across the land. I remember you in your wizardry apprentice days.
That was
Such a bright mind.
Such a long time ago.
Such a bright mind.
Oh, how I've dealt since then. My knowledge was at its peak. My brain was in the process of undergoing scientific exploration upon my own will with robotic attachments and other things that I use to play with my biology.
Implanting a motherboard into your arm is one thing, but completely overriding the heart's mechanical to surgical force, the damn machine, is another thing. Something that has impressed me over the years.
If you could pump the blood in the heart forever, possibly the life of a human would be extended. If you can attach a little robo bitch right beside the heart, and then, you know, turn that on and replicate a heart.
I've been looking to do that.
And do like some electric engine, and you can create a heart that bumps at the speed and stillness and effectiveness as a 20-year-old and you're 60. You could continue to just keep that heart rhythm because it's mechanically orchestrated.
And how hard is that?
Very difficult. Biology, to actually do something better than a biological system.
Yeah, biology is such a strong thing, isn't it?
Yes, DNA, all that is very, very impressive.
It's a powerful force.
It runs all this, and just some monkey hand creation trying to emulate something like that with electricity, it's not gonna get as close. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better though. You know,
yeah.
Some things can do more in a mechanical sense.
Yeah. When you look at nature and you think about how biology is sprouted all of these different formations, you know, you're never really gonna ever find the two same exact formations in the woods. It's all the woods, the mountains, the plains, whatever you may call it.
Think about the code that generates all nature life. Fascinating. Is there a determined height? Is there some sort of communication through friends in the forest? Through the mycelium, do you send electrical signals just to your friend? Not for nutrients, just to be like, hey, how's it going?
Everyone is friends down there.
What if it's all one organism? That's another thing. But what if they're all friends too? That could be great. But
they're all friends. Or there's no friend because they're all one.
Yeah, if they're all connected in the root system and mycelium net.
At that point, you gotta ask: are you friends with yourself?
Oh yeah, I'll choose to that shit. Yes, I am.
Sometimes it's hard to know whether you're friends with yourself. You could be feeling great on a good day and walking down the street, be like, "Yeah, I'm awesome. You know, I can do anything." And then the other day, you're like, "Fuck this guy. Fucking hate this motherfucker. Fuck." Get all pissed at yourself. You're like, "Damn, why do I gotta live in this piece of shit?" And that's just how life is, you know. It's tough sometimes.
You know, that's a wonderfully animated little speech about how it goes in the day-to-day of a monkey hybrid. Because we're not just monkeys anymore. We're some sort of hyper-evolved version of monkeys.
Yeah, we're some sort of hyper-evolved version of monkeys who can simultaneously shit on the ground in the middle of the city and then build a rocket engine the next day.
We could go down a conspiracy hole about how do you think humans were actually created? There's certain theories that I don't necessarily believe in, but I think are very interesting. One of them, humans are planted here by aliens. the brain gap.
That's an interesting one.
The brain gap, the brain size of these monkeys increased largely over the span of a millennium. And the brain gap, it's hard to be explained. Why did it happen? Was there other intelligence orchestrated in there? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the brain sorry, having a stroke. Oh yeah.
I love that, dog.
So the brain gap is what you're talking about, where humans are at some form of lower intelligence, maybe like a monkey's intelligence. And all of a sudden, over some maybe 10 or 20 million years, 100, or shit, or whatever. Actually, that's wrong. Motherfucker, like a million years.
Yeah, it was a long time, but
I forgot that way of been English for a long time. So
let me word the question better, maybe.
I know how to say it.
Okay.
So the brain gap could be caused by mushrooms, aliens, motherfucking tool usage, collaboration. I mean, I could name all these things, but if I had to give a theory, I think it's just a combination of a bunch of things. I think tool use is one thing. I think all the animals using tools nowadays have a higher propensity to succeed than, something like a mouse. I don't know if mouses use tools. I don't think they do though. But basically, the human brain gap. You could, Stone Ape theory, Terence McKenna. That's totally a viable theory. I mean, there's been great studies on psilocybin and how it actually increases neuroplasticity, the ability to learn, and sure, it lowers some things like maybe logical and critical reasoning, but over time, I think, along with mushrooms, tool use, and collaboration, teamwork's such an important thing, isn't it?
Yes, it totally is. I think it's definitely a collaboration of many things, but it would be very fascinating to see to what percentile of activity increased brain growth the most. If you had some sort of graph and you could show all of the effects on the human brain increase through evolution, that'd be so fascinating. If I had to take a guess at what improved the human brain system the most and what made it grow is the yearning for friendship. We recently watched a documentary on apes and we learned some fascinating things. And one of the things that we learned is that there's a very strong yearning and they want that friendship from other chimps. They want to play, they want to hang out, and you can see how that is then going to work to teamwork, because if you build a friendship, you'll be working together on things, you get this bond, and then you become a duo being, and it shows that it's like, in a way, in life, almost, I don't know if I could say that. I was going to say either like quantity overwhelms quality in a way, but I wouldn't know if I necessarily agree with that, because humans, there's not too many of us compared to other insects and things, there's billions. And then think about how many dogs there are. There's one right here, and his name's Leroy. Hey everybody, we can have some break the third wall.
It's quite the creature, It's interesting how these dogs stay loyal to humans, even though we're technically enslaving these creatures. If he tried to leave, he's like, fuck this. I don't like this place, I'm trying to leave. Be like, hey, get back here, go grab him, right? At least a lot of people would.
Yeah.
But who knows? I think if I gave the chance to this dog, he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't want to leave. He'd be like, oh, you guys are my family. Why would I leave? You guys feed me every day, give me water. But how do I know?
Dude,
Maybe he's a CIA spy.
Dude, he's here.
Maybe he's a human in a dog's body, and he's searching for evidence and information. You should never know in the world, right?
Smelling something?
Oh,
Jesus.
It's interesting how the smell of a dog is so much better than a human's. It makes me think, what would it be like to have eagle eye vision or some sort of octopus touch where you're feeling everything with tentacles? And I don't know how that feels. I can imagine it, but it just makes me think, you're only limited to, your own abilities.
And then think about being able to expand those abilities through technology. What if we can
you
simulate?
go to be a cyborg one day. Go to cyborg shop, prosthetic arm or some shit.
What would be the most needed trait in your prosthetic arm? What would you desire the most? A thing you couldn't live without if you're gonna go cyborg. What would you need to sway you to want to do that?
Some sort of device that just allows my brain's connection to my hand, along with the fine motor movements of my hand and my arm, to be just highly increased, much better. So I can climb better. Using this hand, I can shoot basketball better. I could draw better.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, some sort of, like, the mind is better connected to the hand and arm. You know, I'm not gonna talk about some imaginary mechanism, but just something that would make this arm fine-tuned in, like, accuracy. You know, my brain's connection to it.
That's a very good thing to make you actually purchase this device.
Yeah.
Makes it better at everyday use, everything. Controlling the speed and accuracy of your movements. I was thinking more along the lines of some sort of like rocket punch or some sort of special ability, or you can, spawn in something.
Oh,
or
interesting.
teleport.
What would you spawn in?
Some sort of
spawn in anything.
So in this arm, it has some sort of. We've at this point in the cyborg realm, we've established how to transport items through a portal. So I have a storage room, and there's a bunch of treadmills, and at each end of the treadmills, there's a portal. So I can and I have a portal to that place on my arm now. So I shoot it out, and anytime I can bring whatever I want from that storage room there. And what I have in there is a whole ecosystem.
Wonderful.
Ecosystems
of fish, nature.
Ecosystem of just
technology.
like a massive realm, and when you spawn in, you just get something random. So I get the random spawn, and I could get a tiger, I could get a blade of grass.
Interesting.
And it would just be something for entertainment purposes, and could be useful, depending on what you spawn in.
What if you were to spawn in a graceful green tiger? And this tiger is a very peaceful tiger, but he wasn't like a cat. This guy's the meditation guru.
I try to
And so
gain some knowledge.
communicate to you in telepathy, and it would communicate dark energies and light energies of the universe.
Wow, dark matter.
These meditational powers that will transcend any meditation ever done. What would you
Meditation.
spawn in? Tell me.
What would I spawn in? I already told you the ecosystem, but if I could choose out of the whole ecosystem what I wanted,
I see.
it'd probably be.
That's actually a great choice.
It'd probably be some sort of tree. I'd shoot a huge cedar tree out of my arm, or a 500-pound tree. Sometimes you must shimmy.